Welcome everyone to a full-scale guide on how to control a massive mass outbreak that you choose in order to get a shiny out of it, 100% guaranteed. In this guide, we're going to be going through all of the details and the methods on what you can do in order to manipulate the RNG in that MMO, right? The massive mass outbreaks, and control getting a shiny yourself in a very, very short period of time. And it's also, again, 100% guaranteed, and you're going to be able to do that right now. Let's go through the guide. It's going to be as carefully structured as possible so you can follow along in order to do what you need to do. This is not going to be using any hacks on your end. All you'll need is a website. You'll need to download one program, and you'll need your own Switch with an online connection to be able to do a trade. So let's go ahead and go into the details. But first of all, guys, the credits for all of this stuff is going to go to a couple of different people who've put together a bunch of programs and stuff to make all of this work. Anubis, Kuroneko, Kurt, and Denveros for all of the people who made these programs possible. Shout out to Elvis for writing out a guide and providing all the necessary links, as well as hosting a lot of bots over on his Discord at the Shiny Hunters Anonymous Discord. All of this stuff is going to be linked down below as well. Obviously, they're not all going to be his bots, but it's a collective effort over on that Discord as well. And we'll be touching on that soon too. And shout out to Cappy Capital for fixing up some of the programs that we just covered that were made by these guys over here and putting them together in a very functional and usable website like this, which is going to make it so much easier for me and for you guys to follow along on this video. And that's why we only have to download one thing, and it makes the whole situation so much simpler. All right, without further ado, let's get into the guide. So before we do this, guys, very, very important prep is to make sure you have in your settings autosave off, because we're only going to be saving once upon arriving to the camp. That's very, very important. After everything else, there's like no saving, okay? So that's super, super important. So go in your settings and make sure autosave is off, which is this one. It'll actually say it will say autosave. Mine is disabled. Perfect. And another thing you'll want to have to do as well is to prepare your pastures, because you're going to have to keep track of all the Pokemon you catch from a massive mass outbreak. So make sure you know exactly where all the Pokemon you catch are going to go in your pastures, because you do have to keep track of them. Keep in mind that if any of your pastures before the one you're using have any spaces in them, your Pokemon will appear there. So a good tip is to just clear out pasture 1 and use that for the sake of it, okay? Pasture 1 means all your Pokemon will just go to pasture 1 and there's no risk of them falling behind back here. So final prep, guys, is this. You're going to need the link for this website. That's down below in the description. This is the website we're going to be using instead of one of the programs to make it just a lot more user-friendly and easier for everybody here watching this video. Your average players will be able to use this and get successfully their shiny and shiny alphas and so on. Second of all, you're going to need to download this, also linked down below. Just hit this little link right here, save that, and open this when it's finished and extract it to a folder that has the same name is fine. So you'll have this. We need to extract this because we need to add a folder to it. Once you've extracted it, which is here, this is mine and it's a folder I made myself, you're going to add a new folder and you're going to call that Mons, because we're going to be getting 4 files from another bot down the line, and we're going to have to put them in here. And last but not least is joining this Discord right here is my recommendation, Shiny Hunters Anonymous, which is managed by Elvis, as well, who is a mod on my Discord too, and doing great work for the community, absolutely. And this Discord actually has a bunch of bots that you're able to use for the purpose of this guide. This has PLA dump 1, 2, and 3 we're going to be using to trade and get the files that we're going to be putting in the Mons folder we just made. So this is one place you can get them. A lot of other people, maybe your Discords have them already. A lot of other people are going to have access to these as well, depending on what communities you're in. So just keep that in mind, whatever suits you. Okay, so in a recent update, a big one, it was a free DLC. Massive mass outbreaks were added into the Daybreak update for Pokemon Legends Arceus. And massive mass outbreaks completely changed the game in terms of shiny hunting, okay? And what you might have in many situations is you'll have a black circle with a question mark in it. I happen to have nothing, so we're going to have to go ahead and reset in order to get a massive mass outbreak. What we're going to be able to do now is pick a massive mass outbreak of any hostile Pokemon and control that outbreak very easily to be able to force a shiny out of it. Let's go ahead and go back to the village until we get a massive mass outbreak here first. Okay, so we have a massive mass outbreak in the Alabaster Icelands. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and go there, and I'll feed the berries to the Munchlax to be able to see what we have on our map. The massive mass outbreaks often come with a star that will allow there to be a second wave, which is going to be either evolved or alpha. This is what it looks like on the map. You got the question marks everywhere. We don't know what they are yet. I recommend just saving right now, right at camp, so you don't lose anything here. So we're going to go ahead and hard save our game. After we do that, guys, we're going to go ahead and feed the berries to our munchlax. So let's talk to Mai. Let's give the 5 agua of berries, and let's see what we have on our map. Now, ideally, we want something good with a star on it. And do we have one? We have Ghastly with a star on it. Is Ghastly hostile? I forget. Let's find out. In order to find something that you really want, you'll be able to use the linked guide down below. This is the written guide, by the way, which will go through a slightly different method, which uses more programs. However, it has a lot of very, very useful links. This was the guide written by Elvis, so big appreciation to that. If you look at the first link here, that's going to bring you to this, which will show you all the Pokemon you can get in massive mass outbreaks. And you can click this little button here to show you all the hostile ones. So let's see if Ghastly's on the list. Yes, Ghastly is on the list. Ghastly is hostile, so we'll be able to shiny hunt this one. You guys can feel free to go through the list to try and find something that you really want to go hunting for. There's actually so many. Most of the Pokemon here are absolutely shiny huntable. That's a lot of Pokemon you can get a guaranteed shiny from doing this method. So let's do the demonstration with Ghastly. I've already saved my game, so that's fine. You do not want to save after this. We know Ghastly's right here. So I'm going to go over to my Ghastly now, and I'm going to catch every single Ghastly there is. Alright, here's my Ghastly outbreaks. So now, guys, the very, very important thing here is to make sure you catch all the first 4, okay? The first 4 are the most important ones because you're going to need to show those to a bot in a link trade. And that's going to give you something called a seed, which we're going to use on the website, okay? So that's the most important thing. But we also need to know how many Pokemon spawn in the first wave and the second wave. And the second wave is what spawns after a Pokemon is finished with a star on it. So once we go through all the Ghastlys here, this outbreak is finished, but the star means there will be another wave of new Pokemon, which will either be all alphas or haunters or whatever. Some evolution or possibly all alphas, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing, and we're going to be counting how many Pokemon spawn in total. We need to know these numbers, so make sure you keep note of them. Since they're hostile, guys, the easiest way is to just catch them all. But like I said, guys, before, you'll want to make sure you have a clear pasture so you know where every single one of these Pokemon are going. That's super, super important. So let's go ahead and start catching them, and I'll go back to Jubilife once we've finished and we know exactly what's in both waves of this outbreak. Okay, so I arrived back in Jubilife Village. I caught everything from both waves of my outbreak, and this is what I have. My first outbreak wave has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spawns. Really, really good. That's a high number, which means I'm going to have a very, very high chance of getting a bunch of shinies, including alphas. My second wave was all alpha haunters, so that's really cool. And the number I had was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from my second wave. Those numbers are very important, guys. 10 and then 6. That's something you're going to have to keep an eye on for the website. In order to save yourself some hassle, you can actually just have the website open while you do this, and you can go ahead and do it right now. You can put in your numbers. So I had 10 in my first round spawns, and then I had 6 in my second round spawns, okay? So tick that box as well. And you can also go ahead and put in what you have done for your shiny rolls. I have the shiny charm. I don't have perfect dex, so my choice is shiny charm. Many people watching this video and doing this might only have research dex 10, which is fine. You can go ahead and put that in if you do. If you don't even have that, you can just do default. So I'm going to go ahead and hit shiny charm because that's what I have, which includes research dex 10 because you have to have that to get the shiny charm. So this is this mount already filled in after me having cleared out the first couple of waves. We can also go ahead and put in the first round species of Pokemon, which was Ghastly for me. So let's go ahead and go down to G. Let's find Ghastly. And the bonus round Pokemon, we can do Alpha Haunter as well. Perfect. The next thing we need is our seed, which is the next step. So in order to get our seed, we're going to be trading the first 4 Pokemon that were in my first wave outbreak, which is this Ghastly, this one, and this one, and this one. Because actually what we need is 1 Pokemon of this 4, which is the very, very first one. But since 4 spawn at once, we don't know which one that is. So we're going to be showing these 4 Pokemon here to the bots over on the Discord we showed earlier, which is right over here, and all the links are right down below in the description. You're going to be looking for 11 tons lab, and you'll have to use one of these PLA dump bots. Any one will do, and you'll be able to showcase all the Pokemon that you caught, the 4 Pokemon here. So because I was very careful in catching the first 4 Pokemon of my outbreak, I made sure I caught 4 instead of a respawn. You really have to do that. You have to make sure the first 4 Pokemon you catch are the first 4 that were there initially that spawned. So just be careful of that, because you don't want to accidentally fill up these 2nd, 3rd, and 4th slot here with respawns instead, because you need the first Pokemon, and you don't know which of the 4 that is. So we have this. We were careful. We caught the first 4. We made sure the first 4 were caught in order, and now I'm going to go ahead and trade them. So let's go ahead and to the trading post right now, and we're going to not trade them, but we're going to show them to the bots. So in order to do that, just go ahead and fast travel to the training grounds. All right. And get ready with online over here at the trading post. Okay, so next phase is to go over to the Discord. Go into the chat of any one of these bots and type $dump. That's what you're going to be doing. Bam. And it's going to reply to you in a DM. Tealbot is my one, with the trading information. So this is my trade code. It's initializing the trade. I'm going to go ahead and initialize it too. Let's go ahead, and I want to trade Pokemon, someone far away. All right. And we're going to use the code it DM'd me. It's connecting to the internet. It's already waiting for me. So actually, ideally, you might want to just be ready yourself. I'm going to go ahead and put my code in. Okay. All right. And hopefully I won't be too late here. So let's go ahead and do this and match up. It gives you the nickname and everything of the person you're going to be matching up for. I'm looking for Nikki. There's my Nikki. And bam. So now all we have to do is show them the Pokemon. There's the first one. There's the next one. There's the next one. And there's the next one. It's reading my Pokemon. That's all I have to do. I just got 4 files. We can go ahead and quit trading right now. And if we look back over at what happened on the Discord in my DMs, I got 4 files for the first 4 Ghastly right here. It dumped me 4 Pokemon. Perfect. That's all you have to do, guys, for this. And now we're going to put in those files into the new program. So everything in here in the game is done for now. Again, reminding, just don't save over anything you did, because we're actually going to be restarting our game and going back. In fact, we can go ahead and restart right now just to be safe. Just go ahead and restart now. No saving, no nothing. And we'll be able to go right back to the camp where we saved before we encountered the Ghastly. Okay, so upon reloading my game, I'm right back here. We're at the camp where I spawned. My Ghastlies are over here. This is a while back, as you guys might remember, and I already know. So I know everything, and I have everything we need for the next step. So the next step is downloading these files right here. Go ahead and save them like this. All 4 of them, guys. Let's go ahead and just save all 4 of these files right here. And the last one here, because we're going to put these 4 files in our folder. Go ahead and open up the folder where you extracted the program, and go ahead and open up the Mons folder you made. Now we're going to drag in those files we just got. So let's go ahead and get those files real quick. Here they are right here. So I'm going to go ahead and drag them all like this. 2, 3, and 4. I mean, they'll be on my desktop as well. So however you want to do it, guys. Now, they're in. So we can go ahead and open this program right now. Right here. The Ethumrep MMO console app. Let's go ahead and open this puppy right now. If by any chance the program does not open for you guys, you may not have this. That actually just happens to be the case for me. So we're going to need net runtime 603, which can be found here. It's linked in the written guide down below in the description. And looking at the pictures, guys, the one you need is the Windows times 64 one right here. I think that's going to apply to most people. So let's go ahead and click on that right there. And we'll download that and install that, guys. This is a Windows program, so no harm done for this. Many of you may already have it, actually. If you kept updating this for other specific needs, that's definitely a possibility. I obviously haven't, apparently, so I'm just going to go ahead and install that right now. Upon doing that, you should be able to run this program right here, and it will open up a black window, and it will start searching for your seed. Now keep in mind, this is going to use a lot of your CPU power, so just be prepared for that. Let's just see how long it takes to get me my seed. It's going to go through the 4 files that we got from the Ghastlies, the first 4 Ghastlies, because it needs to find the very first one to be able to determine the seed. You might be able to hear my computer roaring a little bit louder now, so it's going through them right now. And found seed. Perfect. It didn't take very long. This is my seed. This is what we want, guys. And this is, we're going to copy and paste this into the website. So let's go ahead and Control C that. Let's go back to our PLA MMO checker and Control V there. And that's our seed, guys. Now we're going to be able to begin our search and really hone in, and we're going to be able to get ourselves a shiny alpha haunter just like that. You can specifically search for different things here. You can see you can search for shiny R alpha, you can search for shiny only, or you can search for alpha only. So I'm going to go ahead for shiny R alpha because it's probably going to give me both in that case. Let's go ahead and check MMO seed. Bam. So actually, after you search, you can change the boxes as you wish. I went ahead and changed to shiny only there. So actually, just hitting shiny only and alpha only will give me whatever I want. Okay, so we got our data for shiny and alpha. All right, so actually, you can mess around with these boxes in real time. It's going to update no matter what. So you can. I've ticked my shiny only and alpha only, which obviously gives me shiny alpha haunter. So that's what I have coming in my second wave. So it's perfect. And it gives me all the details of how to get it. Now, I'll go through exactly what this means. My first round path in the Ghastlies, before anything happens, from the very, very beginning, means KO 1 or catch 1, whichever, doesn't matter here in this case because it's just 1. Then I'm going to do a multi-battle and KO 3 together. And then I'm going to do another multi-battle and KO 2 together. And I'm going to make sure I leave 3 of the 10 that I know there are left. And when I know there's only 3 Ghastlies left, I'm going to teleport back to camp. Right, I'm just going to fast travel back to camp. I'm going to return back to the Ghastlies. And then I'm going to have a bonus initial spawn in my 4th. So we can go ahead and finish catching the Ghastlies, spawn the bonus initial spawn, and it's going to be the 4th the 4th Haunter that spawns in my 2nd wave alphas. And that's going to be a shiny. So let's go ahead and do that. Voila, back to the game, guys. Now we're going to go back to our Ghastlies. Let's go ahead and return and do exactly what we just saw for our Ghastlies. All right, we're coming over to the Ghastlies once more and looking at the instructions once again to make sure you don't make mistakes here. We can see we have multiple options, but we're just going to do the first one here for our shiny alpha haunter. The first one is catch RKO 1. Next one is multi-battle 3, KO 3. Next one is KO 2 after that multi-battle. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. Catch 1. Make sure we catch it, by the way. You don't want to accidentally skip around and mess up things. Okay, that's 1 caught. Now we're going to go aggro. Let's get our Spiritomb out for this job. Let's aggro 3, if we can. It doesn't matter if you aggro 3 or 4 or whatever. It really doesn't. Okay, let's try and get all 3 of these in a battle. Perfect. So we have 3. If you have 4, you're just going to have to KO 3 and then run away. We have 3, so we're just going to KO all 3 of them. That's the next instruction here. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. They're only level 22. That's great. It's easy for me. Sometimes they might be difficult if you're going for like Spiritombs or the starters or whatever. There's going to be quite a few Pokemon that might be a little challenge, but just make sure you bring a strong enough team so you can make sure you can control this properly and get through your spawns properly so you can get to your shiny. And this, of course, is going to guarantee you guys shiny alphas for days, for days. All right. And that is our 3rd one done. Now we have to get a separate multi-battle and battle 2. That's it. That's it. Come on, guys. How about you? All right. Got 2? 2. Perfect. Okay, fine. Same thing again. If I got 3 or if I got 4, I would just run away after KOing 2. Or if I got 1, I would have to run away and try to get 2. Okay, so let's keep that in mind, folks. All right, that's Dark plus 2. So this is the next part, KO 2. And the next part after this is new. I barely covered it a little bit in a previous video, Pokemon News, about new shiny hunting methods. I don't think too many people saw it, but I'll showcase what I'm talking about here. So now we've done that part. That's all the KOing done. Let me show you guys what's going on here on the website. The next part is revisit with 3 remaining. This number here means the number from your initial spawns, which was 10 for me. You only have 3 remaining when you do the revisit. So because we have 10, we actually still have 4 Ghastlies on the field. Alright, we still have 4 Ghastlies on the field, which means I can KO or catch one more. Let's go ahead and get rid of one more. And then we're going to leave. Perfect, so that's gone. And now we only have 3 Ghastlies left, no more respawning, just want to clarify that. And in this, we're just going to go to the furthest away camp, right? That's what you want to do. You want to go to the furthest possible camp just to make sure you do get far enough, because the distance matters here, which is interesting. So let's go ahead and go back to the Ghastlies manually, which is, I'm facing the wrong way, this direction. Let's go all the way back to the Ghastlies. And then we're just going to finish catching them to get to our next spawn, which is the Alpha Hunters. And in the first 4, we get our shiny. That's what the website says from my seed. That's what I'm expecting. Oh, God damn it. Let's just not... I don't want to cut any of this because I want you guys to be able to see my drift in full action. My controller drift, which is incredibly fun. It's only been a new update for my controller having gotten that. That's kind of annoying, so I think I'll have to buy a new controller soon. But anyway, as well, so I don't want to cut much of what I'm doing here with the process of the Ghastlies as well. So let's go ahead and go down. So we revisited when there was 3, and actually what that did was that created a phantom spawn, if you want to imagine, guys. Actually, we just have to KO them one by one. So actually I'll just catch them one by one and get rid of them now. We don't want to mess that up as well. So let's just go ahead and get out of the way. Lose aggro. And let's go ahead and catch the last few here. So there is a phantom spawn. It's not a Pokemon you'll be able to catch. Don't worry. It counts for the RNG. That's the thing. It counts for actually how it affects the spawns afterwards, which I think is really interesting. Which also increases the odds of you getting a shiny because it increases the variables of Pokemon that can spawn. And that's it. Okay, that's it. So our next spawn is going to be the second wave, and it's going to be the Alpha Hunters, and one of them is going to be shiny. Bam! Headshot! That's perfect. Perfect. And that is a shiny Alpha Hunter just like that, systematically controlled, perfectly done. Let's go ahead and engage this puppy in a battle. There's the purple tongue. Spot the purple tongue. Yeah! Shiny Alpha Hunter just like that for all the world to see. Perfectly. And you guys will be able to do this with any of the Pokemon that we showcased in this list, which is a lot of them, by the way. This list right here has tons of Pokemon that you'll be able to multi-battle. Oh man, it's a big list, guys. And Spiritomb is included. Sneasler, a lot of the new Typhlosion, the starters, okay? A lot of the new Pokemon that were added in PLA are in here. Weirdeer, almost all of them. Zoroark and everything. Zoroa, yes. You guys can get Zoroa. You can get Rufflet and Rowlet. Dude, you can get all of these shiny. Samurott was right underneath. All of these can be shiny alphas at your disposal now using this method, this video. And we just showcased it, without a doubt, right here. Enjoy! Well, that's my job done for the next year. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. That's definitely going to lighten the load on any of the giveaways we do. I'm thinking that for the giveaways, we're going to actually now focus on skittish Pokemon for PLA giveaways, because they're the ones that you can't really get through multi-battles to doing this method. So that'll just be a lot more convenient for everybody. And when we do the other Pokemon that are hostile, if you guys aren't getting them yourselves, I'll do multiple at a time, maybe 2 at a time or something, just to pick up the pace so you guys have more access to Pokemon, and maybe you already got one of them by doing this method and you don't have the other, so at least the majority of people will still have something they can benefit out of these giveaways through PLA. So I'll do multiple for the hostile ones. Guys, enjoy this method. It's going to be the new method for shiny hunting for the next age. And don't forget to drop a sub if you want to keep up to date with all this stuff. This is the channel that covers this stuff. This is how we grew back in the Sword and Shield days. And now we're doing it for PLA, and we're going to be doing it for Pokemon Scarlet Violet. You better believe it. And I'll see you guys around in whatever next video it is that we have. And don't forget to shiny Darkrai for BDSP on Sunday, guys. Don't forget that one. See you then, guys. Till then, bye!